while now the main lines on my layout haven't been joined up. So recently I've taken the opportunity to join up the inside main line. So where the Western class 52s are, you can see here that the tracks aren't joined up. So looking through this, I'm going to join up from this bridge the inner two tracks, and they're going to come round with some point work to go through a station in this section, past the class 52s, and then join it up at the bottom there. So here's what it looks like once it's been finished. So the point work at the start, opening up into the station, and this track on the right hand side will again join up at the far end, but I need to get around to doing that again in the future, so hopefully that'll come soon. Hope you enjoy a few running shots of the new joined up mainline. So here you'll see that the new layout allows me to have two tracks going into platforms and then a passing or storage line in the middle. And again here you can see there'll be a third track going into the station on the very right hand side, so there will be an island platform between this track and the track next to it. There seems to be a never-ending effort on making bridges, so again I'll be making some progress. So these are the retaining walls for one of the bridges that's going to run over the river on the railway. So again I've been painting them in the humble brick colour, and again this is for a girder bridge, as you can see. I've also got another sort of suspension bridge with different sort of retaining walls. So once they're painted red, I put on a wash of a dark grey colour. So, and you can see this is starting to dry on the brickwork, which brings out the detail quite nicely. So you can see the difference from the left and the right hand side. And then painting all the concrete and stonework. And here you can see some of the retaining walls underneath the girder bridge and what it's starting to look like. So I think it's coming along quite nicely. After I did this, I started to look at weathering. So again, you can see on the left and the right, weathering, where I used Tamiya Weathering Masters powders. So this is just to add some more detail to make it look where the rain and the dirt are streaked down the wall from where the girders and the supporting beams under the bridge are. So a few more views of that to show what that now looks like. So this bridge is slowly coming together, and here you can see it on the layout. So I think it's starting to look quite nice. So I just need to do the scenery around it. And then again, more bridges. So I'll start working on the other bridge that's going to sit next to this one. So working on the retaining walls again. More weathering of the bridge required, but again this one's sort of a bit on the back burner at the moment. Again, some of the weathering techniques with the weathering powders. So hopefully I'll be able to finish off this bridge and get this one on the layout and show you what that one looks like soon. So another big project on the layout is the viaduct, and here you can see I've painted underneath the arches, putting the red brickwork, which comes quite nice. It contrasts the stonework quite nicely when it all comes together. So here's a few shots showing that. That's been weathered as well. So underneath there is a dark wash put underneath the viaduct arches to try and bring out the brickwork, which you can see here, and then there was some white streaks put in to show where the sort of the mortar's leaching out the brickwork. So more detail being added and put under there. So I think that's starting to come nicely. Do need to put on drain pipes to hide some of the mould scenes but this is again the viaduct on the layout as it is, with the bridge we saw before. So again, I think they're starting to come together quite nicely as well. So I said there was a lot of bridges, so here's another one. This one's going to go over with the main line that runs at the top of the railway around the top level at the back, and it's also going to take the branch line. So again, this one's quite a big bridge. I've been painting it in a sort of a reddy colour to sort of show it's been primed. I think it's going to stay in this colour. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this bridge, so any recommendations or ideas will be welcome. But I think maybe some weathering. But again, this is going to be a big bridge to take a main line and a branch line over it, and it will go over another river on the layout. So what's on my workbench at the moment? Well, as you'll see from this photo, most of it is tunnel entrances and more bridges. So I'm trying to get all of the track laid and sorted, and I want to get all the tunnel entrances and the bridges put in place so that I can have the track running around. So again, a lot of this has been primed and painted, a lot of brickwork, a lot of washes going over, so light and dark washes to try and make them look a bit different in different areas of the layout. Different types of girder bridge being built up as well and painted. So again, here's shown another section where some of the tunnel portals and the girders are going to go over, supporting the track. So hopefully I'm getting close to the end of this. You can see sort of the variety that I'm starting to get on the layout and the different sort of weathering techniques, different colours that I'm trying to use. So a lot of this is experimental, a lot of this is stuff I haven't really done before. So hopefully they're coming out okay. Fingers crossed they'll be on the layout soon. So here I am just trialling a few in the locations that they're hopefully going to end up in. So one near the town, again another tunnel portal is going to be going off into the countryside, so just where that goes over the river, or under the river shall I say. So the last bridge for this episode, I promise. This is the road bridge which is going to go by Junction station. So again, been working on this one, trying to put a little bit more weathering on it, using the Tamiya weathering powders to try and get streaks, to have a little bit more detail on it. So here it is in place on the station. So again, hopefully in the next few months I'll start putting on pavements and roads going over this bridge and tying that up into the road coming down into Dugport station. So now over the coming months I need to start looking at the scenery and starting to tie all these tunnels and tunnel portals and bridges into the layout. So in this shot you can see some of the work I've been doing at the bottom end of the layout. I've been plaster of Paris in and painting to try and get some of the grass down. So this is again hopefully starting to come together and look a bit like a model railway. Something else I've been working on is also rock faces. So I'm going to have a river and coming down a bit of a waterfall and over a water face. So here I've been trying to build up a bit of a layered rock formation. So using different types of polystyrene to get different types of layers within the rock face. This is going to go, as I said, at the top of waterfall section. So using some wood as well here. So I'm working on this to see what this will turn out like. So it's a bit of an experiment. I've also cast some foil plaster rock faces myself. You can see these at the bottom and then the polystyrene bits on top. I painted the polystyrene rock faces and dry brushed them, so a lot of work needed on these still. I don't think they look very realistic at the moment, but they give an impression of what it might look like. And then I've been starting to lay these on the railway to see what it's going to look like. So hopefully these will start to tie into the scenery a bit more.